No, watching that promo right there, it feels like having Dr. Phil show up your house is like the new Mike Wallace. There used to be 60 Minutes. You never wanted Mike Wallace showing up at your house. That was not a good thing. Doesn't look like it's a good thing Dr. Phil shows up at your house either. Final look at our Insta poll this morning about how many children you have. It is National Sons and Daughters Day. 2 is our leader right now at 27%, followed by 0 at 21%. Remember, even if you don't have kids, you still are a son and or a daughter. Tanya?
That promo reminded me I needed to clean my house. Anyway, here's a check of
Don't
today's...
let Dr. Phil show up.
Yeah, here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is stepping down after an investigation into sexual harassment complaints against him. The resignation will take effect 2 weeks from now on August 24th. Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul will serve out the rest of Cuomo's third term, which runs through 2022. The board from Mercy Carthage met with Carthage School Board Tuesday night to discuss the state of COVID in the area and its impact on the local healthcare system. Scott Watson, president of Mercy Carthage, discussed the strain on the local healthcare system caused by COVID and how some essential services are being pushed to their limit. The next board meeting is scheduled for Monday the 16th. At that time, the board will make a decision on whether or not masks will be mandatory or voluntary. Some area districts have decided to recommend masking in schools instead of making it a requirement. The Carl Junction School District is one of those districts. The district says they'll continue their other safety procedures like enhanced cleaning, social distancing when possible, and making sure kids follow proper hygiene. The Jasper County Health Department hopes that most parents will decide to have their kids wear masks despite whether masks are required. And a Missouri judge says the state can no longer deny Medicaid health care to thousands more newly eligible adults. Missouri voters in 2020 approved the constitutional amendment, making more low-income adults eligible for the government health care program. Governor Mike Parson refused to implement the amendment after the GOP-led legislature did not provide any funding. It remains unclear how the state will pay for health care for the newly eligible recipients. That's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
Just be careful if you're outside for extended periods of time today, because we got another hot one on our hands. We're almost getting used to it by now. Overnight, south wind going to stick around with gusts of 20 miles per hour. 2 more days of the heat advisory for Wednesday and Thursday before our temperatures get back to normal and pick up some rain here as we head into the weekend.
All right, coming up, we're making some tasty food in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Of course, your morning news continues on KOAM, CBS Morning News. That's coming up next.
That's right, or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues.
Keep an eye on good old Fred as well, see where he wants to head here as it finds itself right in between Puerto Rico and the Dominican. And of course, all your updated heat advisories as the wave has over us for 2 more days before it makes its way toward the East Coast and then presents them with record-setting temperatures. You know, our highest of the year was yesterday at 97. They're going to cruise into the 100s here by the time the heat wave is done with them over the weekend. That wraps it up for this Wednesday edition. Remember, a lot of water and sunscreen out there. Do me a favor, be safe. We'll do this all again tomorrow morning.
We'll do it again today at noon.